Hello guys, Bud here with Dependable Lawn Care, and I picked up a couple new trimmers to replace my 223L trimmers, which is that one and the top one. Those trimmers have been great. That 223L, honestly, if they still made that trimmer, I'd probably buy two more because they've been that good. I mean, I've ran them for almost 4 straight seasons. And up until just this past month, I've never had an issue. Just getting to the age where they're starting to have some minor issues, just randomly shutting off and different things. And so it's time to sell those off and purchase some new ones. So I picked up 2 brand new 525 LS. There we go. Those tags are kind of hard to see. 525 LS. The LS is the full-time commercial use. The model below that is the LS. I'm sorry, the 525L is the model below it, and it's part-time use. So these are the actual full-time use commercial trimmers. First thing I noticed about it when I was looking at them in the store, trying to decide on what I wanted, is the guard. You see how much narrower the guard is? I think that would really help a lot with fitting into spaces that I couldn't fit into before, which is why, not entirely why, but one of the reasons why I took the guards off of my trimmers was to be able to fit into tight spots. Now with that narrower guard, I may not have to take the guard off for that reason. The only other reason that I would end up taking them off is 1, weight, that little bit of extra weight on the end, and 2, the string length. We've really liked being able to feed out a little extra string to cover big areas with our 223L. So we'll see. I'm going to leave the guards on there for now. Give them a week or so, try them out and see what we think. But they're the easy start, which means to pull them over, to crank them. They pull about half. It takes about half the effort to pull as the 223Ls do. I think all of the new Husqvarnas have that easy pull system where it takes about half the effort. So you've got your primer bulb here, your choke is right here. Like I said, I think that's all pretty standard. One thing about these commercial series trimmers, the bottom is all metal. So the bottom of the housing right here, which I believe this is where your clutch and everything is at, and then it has this metal skid plate also. So it kind of protects the underside of your trimmer. Also has the same stop switch, the push and release. So you push it to turn it off, and as soon as you let it go, it goes back to the run position. I really like that because you don't ever have to worry about accidentally leaving the stop switch off and then trying to start it, feeling like an idiot. It has the bigger size bump head on it, which I like. The ones that I've had in the past that had the smaller one on, I ended up taking those off and putting the larger head on because it holds quite a bit more string, and there's not a big difference in weight or spaces that it can fit into, but being able to have more string, we like that. So I've got a question for you guys that might have tried out the Darwin Grips. I'm thinking about trying those. I don't have any experience with them, so I'd really like some feedback from you guys that have tried them. Tell me what you think. And another thing too is the Darwin Grips, are they going to interfere with my rack system? This is the Green Touch trimmer rack, and I'll be putting them, I've got to get the brackets and stuff on them, but I'm going to have one right there and one right there, just like they are now. Do you guys know, or do you have any experience as far as those Darwin Grips go as to whether or not they would interfere with my rack? Because if they're not going to work with my rack, then I'm not even going to mess with them. And it may be one of those things where I just have to try them to find out. But I'd really like to know if any of you guys have already messed with that and found out for yourself. So anyways, I can't really tell you a whole lot about them now other than, what you see. They are a 24.5 cc engine, which is a bigger bigger displacement than my 223s. I believe they're a 22 cc engine. So these are a little bit bigger engine. They've got a little bit more horsepower output, and so they ought to be a little bit stouter, which, you know, that's great. We don't get into a lot of situations where we need something that's stouter than that 223L, but a little bit of extra power isn't going to hurt. So anyway, give me some feedback on the Darwin Grips, and we'll get these set up and run them for about, you know, at least a week or two, and then I'll give you some feedback on our thoughts about them. They're a little bit heavier too. That was the other thing. My 223Ls, I believe, they're 9 pounds, right at 9 pounds. These are 10 pounds 14 ounces, so they're almost 2 pounds heavier, or, you know, maybe a pound and a half. So I don't think that's going to make a big difference, but they are a heavier unit, which they're a little beefier too. So I'll let you know how that goes also as far as the weight. Just picking it up and moving it around, they don't feel any heavier to me, but they are heavier. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As always, get out there and make some money, and we'll catch you on the next one.